There's a moment after you stop texting her, after you stop checking her stories, after you stop trying, where everything goes quiet, not just for you, but for her too. At first, she doesn't notice it much. Life keeps moving. Friends, work, distractions, noise everywhere. But then, slowly, that noise fades. And what's left? Space. And inside that space, your absence begins to echo. See, most men think regret is instant. Like the moment you walk away, she suddenly realizes everything, runs back, apologizes. No, it doesn't work like that. Regret is slow, it's quiet. It grows in the background, while she's busy pretending everything is fine. She laughs, but something feels off. She talks to other people, but it doesn't hit the same. She scrolls her phone, hoping to see your name, and when she doesn't, that's when it begins. Not love, not attraction, but something deeper, loss. So if you've been sitting there wondering, does she even care? Will she ever realize what she lost? Listen carefully, because today I'm going to walk you through the exact emotional timeline, not based on fantasy, not based on what people say online, but based on how human psychology actually works. From the moment you disappear to the moment she finally understands, you were not replaceable. And if you've ever been in this situation, don't just watch quietly. Hit like, subscribe, and stay till the end. Because the last phase, that's the one most men never reach, and it changes everything. 1. The relief phase, days 1-7. When you first walk away, something unexpected happens. She feels lighter. Yeah, I know that stings a bit, because in your mind you think, she's going to miss me instantly. But instead, she breathes. No more constant messages, no more emotional tension, no more feeling like she has to explain herself. It's like stepping out of a room that felt a little too crowded. And in that moment, she tells herself something simple. This is probably for the best. She convinces herself that the distance is healthy, that maybe you both needed this space. And honestly, she believes it. She goes out, laughs more, spends time with friends. If you check her social media, you might even see her looking happier than before. And this is where most men break. They see this and panic. They think, she never cared, I meant nothing to her, so they reach out again, trying to fix it, trying to pull her back. But what they don't understand is, this phase isn't about you, it's about temporary relief. She's not celebrating losing you, she's enjoying the absence of pressure. There's a difference, because deep down, there's still one belief sitting quietly in her mind. He'll come back, and that belief is what makes her comfortable. She still feels in control. She still feels like she has access to you. You're not gone, you're just paused. And as long as she believes that, there's no reason for her to feel regret. But the moment she realizes you're not coming back so easily, that's when everything starts to shift. 2. The curiosity phase. Week 2-3. Around the second week, something subtle changes. The silence that once felt peaceful starts to feel strange. Not painful yet, just unfamiliar. Because now, your absence is consistent. You're not texting, you're not reacting, you're not showing up in the small ways you used to. And that breaks her expectations. Because before you were predictable, she knew you'd reach out, she knew you'd respond. And now, nothing. So her mind starts asking questions. Why hasn't he texted? Did he really move on? Is he talking to someone else? At first, she brushes it off. But the question doesn't leave. It lingers. So she checks your profile. Maybe casually, maybe pretending she's just bored. But she's looking, trying to find clues. Are you active? Are you posting? Do you look happy? Because now, it's not about missing you. It's about understanding you. Your silence becomes interesting. And here's the shift most people miss. When you stop being available, you become valuable again. Because human nature works like this. We don't chase what's guaranteed. We notice what feels uncertain. And right now, you've become uncertain, not fully gone, but not accessible either. And that's where curiosity starts turning into something more. Not love, not yet, but attention. And attention is where everything begins. 3. The ego phase. Week 3-5. Now things get a little deeper. Because curiosity alone doesn't sit quietly. It feeds something inside her. Her ego. At this point, she's no longer just wondering what you're doing. She's wondering what it means about her. Why isn't he reaching out? Did he lose interest in me? Am I that easy to forget? And that's uncomfortable. Because before, she felt secure in one thing. You wanted her. You were there. Consistent, predictable, available. And now, that certainty is gone. So she starts reacting, not always in obvious ways. Sometimes, it's subtle. She posts more often, shares things that make her look happy, confident, desired. Not necessarily for attention from everyone, but to see if you notice. Because if you react, it confirms something. I still have him. But if you don't, that silence hits harder than any message. Because now, it's not just about you, it's about her value. And ego hates losing control. So she might test you. A random like, a quick reply to an old story, a simple hey out of nowhere. Nothing too deep, just enough to check if you're still there. And this is where most men fail. They respond instantly, excited, emotional, available again. And just like that, everything resets. The mystery disappears, the tension fades, and she feels comfortable again. But if you don't react the same way, if you stay calm, grounded, a little distant, her ego doesn't get closure. And without closure, the mind loops, again and again. And that loop, it slowly turns curiosity into emotional attachment. 4. The emotional drop. Week 5-8. This is where things start getting real. Because by now, distractions lose their power. The friends, the outings, the noise, it doesn't fill the same space anymore. And that's when silence becomes heavy, not peaceful, heavy. She starts feeling it in small moments, late at night, when everything is quiet, when there's no one to talk to, when her phone isn't lighting up the way it used to. And that's when memories begin to return. Not all of them, just the important ones. The way you made her laugh, the way you listened, the way you showed up when it mattered. And something interesting happens here. Her mind stops focusing on the problems and starts focusing on the connection. Because memory isn't fair. It softens the bad and highlights the good. So now she starts comparing. The new people she talks to don't feel the same. The attention she gets feels empty. Because deep down, she knows what real connection felt like. And she had it with you. And that realization, it doesn't hit all at once. It builds, slowly, quietly, until one day, she feels something she didn't expect. She misses you. Not the attention, not the validation, you. And that's when regret begins. 5. The realization phase. 2. 3 months in, now the truth settles in. You're not coming back. Not because you can't, but because you chose not to. And that changes everything. Because now, the situation feels permanent. There's no later, no maybe, just loss. She starts replaying everything, the conversations, the moments, the times she could have done better, but didn't. And for the first time, she sees you clearly, not through emotion, not through ego, but through understanding. She realizes your consistency wasn't weakness, your effort wasn't desperation, your presence wasn't something ordinary. It was rare, and she had it, but she didn't protect it. And now, she can't go back, because the version of you she knew doesn't exist anymore. You've changed, you've moved forward, and that realization, it hurts more than anything else. Because regret isn't just about losing someone, it's about realizing you lost someone good. 6. The reach-out phase. After 3+ months. And finally, after all the silence, the thinking, the emotional weight, she might come back. Not always, but often enough. And when she does, it won't be dramatic. It won't be a long apology or a deep confession. It'll be simple. Hey, how have you been? I saw something that reminded me of you. Hope you're doing okay. Small messages, safe messages, because she doesn't want rejection. She just wants to see if there's still a door open, if you're still the same, if she still has access to you. But here's the part most men don't understand. By the time she reaches out, the power isn't in her hands anymore. It's in yours. Because this whole timeline, it wasn't about her realizing your worth. It was about you becoming someone who doesn't need her to. You're no longer waiting, no longer chasing, no longer hoping. You've built something within yourself. And now, you have a choice. Let her back in, or keep moving forward. And that choice? That's real power. Regret doesn't arrive loudly. It doesn't knock on the door and announce itself. It slips in quietly, through memories, through silence, through moments she can't escape. And by the time she fully feels it, it's usually too late, because the man she lost is no longer the same man. So don't sit there, waiting for her to realize your value. Don't pause your life hoping she'll come back. Because real value, it doesn't chase. It doesn't beg. It walks away and lets absence speak. If this hit you deeper than you expected, comment below. I choose myself. And if you're ready to become the man they think about, long after you're gone, subscribe now. Because the next video might change how you see everything.